Hello, and welcome to Amur. We're gonna have to take a little detour because of this rock slide. Thankfully, Yar just doesn't care. There is another way if you don't have the Yar to do this, since I'm basically using the easy way to do this. I'm gonna get off this ice as soon as possible. And now that we're here, I'll talk about that. This road will eventually cut down here, and then it eventually comes out somewhere in this area, and then would allow you to completely bypass this whole area, including the roadblock here. But you're going to use a lot more fuel there just because of how slow it's going to be driving through the mud. Which is why I've decided to do things this way. And so the plan is simply get what's needed to clear that roadblock. And then we'll get the Tega to go pick up a set of metal beams to clear the rock slide. I just want to show the alternate way to do that instead of, but realistically you probably should just bring one over from Erskine River, either crafting or I was reflecting on the order I should have done things, and I should have done at least 2 metal beam crafts so I'd still have 2 left, and then use one for each of the bridges to the island where the yard is. Pick up the metal beams after completing warehouse trouble. I didn't do that, but looking back, that probably would have been the better idea, because that would have given me the 2 metal beams I need to clear a rock slide and build a bridge in North Aegis installation. And then I guess you could add a third to clear that particular rock slide right outside. Excuse me. Right outside the garage. But anyway, I just thought since the roads are more compacted, it'd just be more time efficient to do it this way. Personally, I wish that the various obstacles throughout the region only require 1 set of metal beams, or in the case of that block crossing, 1 set of medium blocks instead of 3, or a lot of there are multiple blockages that require 2 sets of metal beams. Because to me the challenge in a region is getting the main compacts or side casts done, not opening the roads, but that's just personal opinion. So I mean, ideally I'd love it to be 1 set of small blocks, just because of where you have to get them on Erskine River. It's already hard enough not tipping over or getting hopelessly stuck, so to add the high center of gravity of medium blocks on top of that, not really a fan. So, as for how we're going to deal, parts pipe, okay, so we'll get our service spare parts here. As for how I'm going to deal with that, I think the plan is to get the Zikz 605R, and then there are 2 trailers holding medium blocks on this map of the 3 we need, and so I'll probably use the Zikz to retrieve both of those trailers, and then we'll probably just have it pull a medium block trailer back to Erskine to get the final load of medium blocks. It's also going to be useful for pulling out the trailer we need to move the rocket. We are indeed going to launch the rocket. So that's kind of the thinking about what I'm going to do here. But right now we're kind of in a little bit of a standstill because Amur just has some deep and tough mud and snow to move through. So given that Tega, I have vehicles in Amur, so I could go grab the suspension for it, and that would probably help out. Which I probably need to do off camera, but because of eliminations of that, it can't climb over the rocks, which is what I was going to try to do with it, and use that instead of VR, but when it wouldn't get over and it just sinks right in. I haven't tried it with the Tega tires, though. I suspect because of the weight, that may not help as much. So, we're going to use the Mighty Yar, which could benefit from finding the engine upgrades for it also in Taylor. Because right now I'm rocking stock engine, which is getting the job done, but there are points where it can struggle, especially with the 5 tons of metal beams for clearing the rock slide. Also, be careful here. You may be tempted to go down fast, and it kind of looks fine, but there are so many bumps that can send you airborne right here. Plus, those relatively big rocks in the corner. I have rolled stuff into the snow there, and it's not easy to get out to do that. So, just a word of caution based on experience. And then this should just be up here. Because this looks bad, but the alternate path has you drive through an area where even the Tusk looked on even struggle, just to kind of give you an idea of how bad the mud is there. And I don't know if that's because the Tusk bottom's out, or the mud's just super dense and meant to essentially be a difficulty, as several points on Erster River and North Aegis are, was basically the quest of moving the rocket in mind, and, well, it's going to hurt other vehicles. So this one, but look, we have the parts. There, now that's done. I mean, I wish these cleared up a little more than that, but oh well. So we've got a little bit of the way unlocked, and as these boulders hit, there is a crossing here, but it isn't easy, and I suspect only a few trucks can do it. This may be one option for getting the rocket across the river, but the route I'm probably going to take when it comes to delivering the rocket is you can go here and come down, and then you'll be able to cross right here and go through here and through a muddy area, which is way doable. This is a small, tight area you should not drive the rocket trailer in. You can actually go around the rock right here. So, can't remember, but I want to say there's an upgrade here, which, if you ask me, should have been the upgrade you get for Russian old scout engines. And then where you find that upgrade on North Aegis installation is where you should find the engine upgrade that I believe is right here for... Actually, no, it's not there. It's probably a little further over here. Is an engine upgrade. For, well, at the time Amur came out, it was only for the Boron Grad, but they've added it as an engine option for the Topter Phoenix. And to me, that just feels I mean, there is some challenge where it's put, but honestly, I think the North Aegis position would be more representative. No, it was caught on something. Anyway, we're gonna go back. What am I doing? I don't need to go back. I need to go get metal beams. I don't know. I was thinking I had to go pick up cargo. Oh, my brain was going, let's go get the trailer that I'm going to pull with the yard and then lock the 6605R so I have enough repair points. May still not have enough fuel to get it fueled up in one go, but that's a small problem to fix. So we'll deal with that, and if worst comes to worst, I can just drive the cat over now that we've got this pathway open and the rocks might clear. We'll be able to drive the cat over, and I can just use the yard, ferry some additional fuel over there. So, should be relatively easy to do. To be honest, I'm not quite sure if the Earth Roamers would be able to pull this through here, because I'm using mud tires here, and the unique tires for the Earth Roamers are off-roads. So this may actually be a limitation, but I'm not sure. I haven't tested it. The only vehicle I've really done this type of hauling with is the Yar, and I'm assuming given the amount of torque the Lodestar has that it can do it without a problem. Along with the fertilizer, it feels like it can almost anywhere. I imagine there's a few places in the game where you're going to have more of them even problems. But the main reason I cited upgrades is because, as you can see, you do kind of run into situations where the stock engine doesn't have enough power. Normally, I found this out on Kola Peninsula or the Trailer Beach, but here, apparently, I guess it's weak enough that ice chunks can give you a problem. So, yeah, this is definitely where you need at least a situation where you need at least one engine upgrade. Either that or expect to be backing up a little more than you'd like just to take different lines. Either that or it's just build up, and that would have happened anyway, I don't actually know. But it seems to be doing it a decent job. Well, I guess I either need more power, or those ice chunks are going to be a lot more annoying than I thought they were going to be doing this, because I was not expecting there to be this much of a problem. Also, it looks safe to drive off here to that watchtower. This is a trap. Be very careful when you try to get this watchtower. It is totally meant to look safe, would be, I guess, the operative word. But, it isn't. So, be careful. So, in the end, did I save a bunch of time here? I don't know. You could argue using the road network on Urster River would have been faster than doing this, but I honestly just didn't want to drive all the way back to that map to crash the middle beams and then bring them here. But if you bring them with you when you're moving your vehicles over, it shouldn't be too much of a problem. So it should work. The other thing I'd say is be careful coming up here, because here's another area where I've had a little bit of a problem. Those rocks, if you're not careful, will roll you. Especially when I was moving an oversized shipping container back to Urster River. I forget which one of these rocks did it, but yeah, that created a situation. Knowing what I know now, there is a better way to do it, and I'm probably going to do it that better way, and that is the alternate path I was talking about if you didn't want to unlock this before getting the Zikz 605R. That would probably be a better idea, using the wide high saddle trailer, than actually trying with a narrow semi-trailer to take it down this path, now that I think about it. But of course I'm going to have to learn that lesson the hard way, because that's how I learn a lot of stuff in this game. It's like, well, that didn't work. Also, I want to compare and contrast. Notice how much fuel we've used just since I topped off the tanks right when we picked up these metal beams. And that's one of the reasons I love using scouts every now and again, is because you can get pretty decent fuel efficiency out of it if you use the right scout, using the right trailer and the right path to deliver the right cargo. There's a lot of things you kind of have to figure it out. It's just not pitching a trailer and start delivering cargo. And I honestly wish, for that reason, that a little bit about scout trailer hauling had been included in the tutorial. Maybe like have you, instead of getting the GMC, pick up a small scout split slot flatbed and the wooden bridge in the middle of the map is what you build, just to kind of show, hey, you can move light loads with this. I suspect moving cargo with scouts would be more popular if that was the case. And as you can see, things are starting to get a little dark here, but that's not too bad, because honestly the part I'd want to show in the video was actually moving through that mud ice field, so it's going to be a bunch of relatively boring driving essentially the rest of the way back to the rock slide. Although there is one area I want to point out, because back when I was starting this channel at the very beginning, I didn't know you needed a combination microphone headphone jack for it to plug in a microphone headphone combination when I was recording. So I was recording and talking, only to find out later that all I had was game sound and no voiceover. And the reason I mentioned that is, in that I was talking and wasn't paying attention, and I went right into that little puddle there, and it caused the problem. Instead of looking up how to do post commentary, I just deleted the film, but I still remember that puddle. And so Be careful of that if these get going too fast and not paying attention. And here we are. The road is open, so next time we can hit up the Warrant Service trailer and go hopefully get the Zikz 605R. Thank you for watching.